Hey! Welcome back to another video. If you're here, you've probably seen a bit about a certain new Gacha game coming out. As I'm posting this video, the game will be out in around a day. Launch time on screen right now. And you're probably wondering what to do when you get into the game. Well, here's a guide for your new player needs. Starting off, we have Rerolling. When you get into the game, you're gonna want to be Rerolling for a better count. Like most Gacha games, if you want to skip past Rerolling, you can go into the description. There's a gameplay timestamp down there. In this game, it's a more complicated process for Rerolling, as you can't reroll on PC without uninstalling and re-downloading the whole game. Along with that, on mobile, you need to clear the cache and download 3 GB or more of data to reroll. The only really reliable way to reroll is with an emulator. Personally, due to the difficulties, I'm not going to be rerolling much myself unless I get a genuinely horrible account. But once you are in the game, ready to reroll, I would suggest playing through the tutorial once, just for the story. The story is really good in this game, so you don't want to miss it. Then you just need to clear 1-1 of the story and roll. You get 10 pulls initially, so you just do that, and then you see if you like it or not. It takes a bit more effort in this game to reroll, but it's pretty easy once you're actually into the game. Also, I'll leave a link in the description for a more detailed guide from Fridwin on how to reroll. Next up though, we have the gameplay system. This is a massive part of why I'm excited for this game. It has a card-based, turn-based RPG system. Sort of like 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross, if I remember the game correctly. If you played that, you'll love this game. Like most games of this type, it has effective types against other types. This makes it so you want to select certain characters to fight against certain activities. Along with this, you have 6 different types of cards: attack, counter, buff, debuff, heal, and ultimate. These all have their own uses. In addition to all of this, you'll be able to combine 2 of the same card. You can do this either by using the cards between the 2 cards you want to combine, or you can drag 1 card to another card to combine them. This will use one of your action points though for the turn, so personally, I suggest just using the cards between the 2 cards you want to combine, but that's just a personal preference. Along with all of that, you have the characters. You'll have 3 characters on the field and 1 on the bench, joining in when one of your other characters dies. This is how it works for most activities, but there's a few where all 4 characters are on the field. And that's about it for the combat system. One thing that does spice it up a bit though is the gacha system. Since this is a gacha game, everything does basically revolve around it, like most gacha games. First off, the rates aren't too bad. It's 1.5% rate for a 6-star with a soft pity of 60 and a hard pity of 70. This isn't too bad and is better than some other games, but it's not the best. Along with this, you'll get around 150 pulls in total for completing all of the content for the first time as a new player, allowing you to get around 3 6 stars, including 1 from the beginner banner. If you're wondering which characters are the best, here's a bit of a tier list, but personally I'm going for Eternity or Centurion and Medicine Pocket. God damn, Centurion looks so fun. Like a lot of characters in this game, in fact. In my opinion, they really picked some good character designs. Also, for 1.0, there shouldn't be any limited characters, at least to my knowledge, but 1.1 should be coming soon after launch. And of course, they could just change it in global, and we don't know if they're going to do that or not, so make sure to save a little bit. Moving on, let's talk a little more about the characters, specifically what they do and team building. I'm not going to talk about every character here, or every team in fact, but I'll leave a link in the description for more guides on the characters, and I'll try find something for more teams. But now let's just talk a bit about team comps and a few of the better characters. In Reverse 1999, there are 3 main team roles: DPS, support, and healer. You're going to want all 3 of these in your main team comp. A few good examples of each of these are Centurion and Eternity for DPS, Ann Lee and Voyager for support, and Medicine Pocket and Balloon Party for healers. Now let's assume you're using a team of Eternity, Zeneto, and Balloon Party as our on-field characters. These are all mineral characters, one of the types. So they would do particularly badly against star enemies, but also wouldn't do particularly good against any enemies except for beast enemies, which they would be exceptional against. This is due to the rotation of what is good against what. For this reason, it's a good idea to not only diversify your built characters and teams a little, but also eventually build some mono and dual element teams to take on some of the harder activities. This will allow you to have an easier time. These are the main things you need to consider when building a team. This is where a lot of the strategy comes into the game, in my opinion. Moving on, let's talk about leveling and this game's equivalent of weapons, known as Psycubes, Psytubes. I'm just going to call them Psycubes. I'm not sure what they're actually called. Unlike other gachas, this is luckily not a thing you need to pull on banners for. Instead, you just complete different stages and buy them from the shop, completely for free, just for playing. It's great. Thank you, developers. I am glad I don't need to pull on a weapon banner this time. Apart from Psycubes though, you have the main way of getting more powerful, what is just, well, leveling. I would suggest getting your main DPS leveled first, then focusing on the other characters in your team. Once you reach level 30 though, to level further, you need to use the Insight system, was basically just Ascension level games, which requires specific materials so you can continue leveling. But how do I get these materials, you may ask, my friend? You probably didn't ask, but just stay with me for a bit. Well, you have your dailies and you have your general activities. I don't know too much since I haven't played the game yet. I'm depressed. But there's what Pridewind says. Dailies usually only take a couple of minutes. Interact with the character on the main menu, gather resources from the wilderness. I keep hearing about this wilderness system, by the way. People keep talking about it, so do that. Unlock it as soon as possible. Run Pneuma Analysis, which is how you get materials for Psycubes apparently. And spend your activity, also known as stamina in other games, towards whatever you're working on at the moment. Probably leveling and insight. Yeah. Since the game has a replay mode that gives you 4x rewards at once, this gets done quickly. Also says resources are scarce, so keep that in mind and plan it out. Also, for anyone wondering about Endgame, there's not too much to do for now. Only a Spiral Abyss equivalent called Artificial Summonable. I don't know how to say that, help. Yeah. which you can basically just climb stages to get as far as you can, though the devs have apparently said that they're planning on adding more, which is a really good thing in the future. And with that, that's the guide. Hope this helped you and was entertaining. If you liked it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Maybe leave a comment if you really enjoyed it. I make quite a few videos about gacha games, so you might find something, and I'll be streaming this game when it launches, either here on YouTube or Twitch, so check that out. Lastly, I'll have the main sources I used in the description if you want to check that out. And if you want to talk more about the game, feel free to join my Discord. With all that said, see you in the next one. Peace.